What's going on, guys? I'm doing another video on Jason Bond Lightning Alert. So I was going to move on at this point and start doing the swing trading part of this like the swing trading section of this service. But I decided to do another morning in the pre-market Lightning Alerts, where basically we try and jump on like a fast-moving stock, so a penny stock. And so this is only the third day that I've really sat down and tried to like watch and see what happens in the chat room and everything. So the first 2 days were a little bit dull. You probably watched my previous videos. There wasn't a whole lot happened. I put the videos onto this full review article, which you can find a link to in the description below. It's turning into quite the article, over 2,000 words already, where I go through each and every single part of Jason's services. Basically combined all of his services into one for this, which is pretty cool. And it's only like $70 a month, so it's worth trying out. So yeah, I put some of these pre-market stuff already into these videos, but I thought since this was day 3 and it was a large winning trade, I thought I'd give an example of what happens when things go right. So the last couple of days things haven't really worked out in pre-market trading, and his swing trades have been great, but his pre-market stuff has been kind of slow. So I thought it was worth doing another video today just showing the trade that worked pre-market. So at 7 AM Eastern time, Jason goes live. He's actually live right now. This is him. And so he has his scan Z thing, and whatever pops up here, he starts to look for a potential trade following his set out rules that he teaches in the service. And so I've got it muted at the moment. Hopefully we don't hear too much from Jason. I can switch it on in a sec. But basically LiPo popped up, L-I-P-O, this morning pre-market. And there was a few people in the chat room over here that managed to jump on LiPo. It moved quite fast, but that's why they call it lightning alerts, right? And they move fast. I saw some people getting in. Jason didn't actually take the trade, but a few of the people in the chat did. I can show you the trade on the review here, and then we can look at my brokerage for more details. So this is, like I said, day 3. If you just ignore these green dots and lines, that's part of a GPS indicator that I have on my charts all the time that I found to be pretty useful. But basically, this morning, around 6:30 Eastern time, we started to see this move up on volume based on a result of a phase 2 clinical trial for LiPo. And you can see this is the 1 minute chart, so it moved fairly fast, and it went all the way from 3.5 down here, all the way up to nearly 7 up here. Now, of course, you can't really expect to get the whole of that move. Like, if you could get $1 of that, you're doing really well. Let's look at the chart on LiPo, L-I-P-O. And so you can see this is what I just showed you, this move all the way up to here. Looks like the GPS on the 1 minute also signaled this, so it's kind of nice to see that the GPS is actually helping with that a bit. We haven't actually given that much back really, so sold off a little bit at the open, but we're still got most of that big move. If we look out a little bit further, so 10 days, 10 minutes, you can see what sort of size of move this is, right? This is huge. Hasn't traded with much volume until now. So it came up on Jason's scanner, and it was a fantastic little winner. So I think it's almost a double, right? Really though, this thing, when it starts to move up, you'd probably be looking at like a $4 entry, and if you can hold it all the way up to 6.7, you're doing pretty amazingly. Most people would be piking out maybe here or something. So that's why they call them lightning alerts. These are on the 1 minute time scale, so pretty fast mover. The whole thing was kind of peaked after like 20 minutes or something. If we set it to the 5 minute time frame, we should be able to see it a little better. Yeah, it's like 20 minutes. It's still holding up now, so it's pretty good. And so the whole time Jason was giving commentary on the trade in the chat, like verbally, but also in the actual chat over here as well. And so there's often a lot of useful discussions in here. And then down below is the trading feed where alerts come out. So looks like Bart Van, who also seems to be like a decent moderator in here, is taking trades. So whenever trades are taken, it's important that pre-market trades are not sent out to the app or anything. It's got to be all live trading, because they move so fast that he doesn't even bother. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that, really. If you're listening to this today on the 11th, Wednesday the 11th, come to the... I'm doing a cool webinar tonight with my good friend Matt, who I'll show you the live webinar. So I'll leave a link in the description. Starts in 10 hours. We're going to talk about the market. We're going to go through like what Matt thinks will happen this year and his different strategies and approaches which won't be affected by whatever the market does. Nevertheless, it's always good to sit down and try and figure out what the different potential outcomes for 2023 is likely to be, and it could be a very useful discussion for you. So I'll leave a link to join us tonight. If you're watching this today, you can go and get that. The link will still take you to the replay if you're watching this in the future, but it won't be really something that will be that helpful if it's like 2024 when you're watching it. But it should be a fun night. We're doing it live and do lots of questions and stuff. Alright guys, talk to you soon.